Yeah. Yo, are we started?
Yes, yes, we are.
Yo, yo, Eric. I mean, sorry, EJ. You have Ray scared. No, no, every time.
No, bro. Cause I be like, yeah, I'm starting, and y'all just be talking. I'm like, yo, bro. Then y'all like,
You're
oh,
supposed
you
to.
didn't let me know.
You're supposed to let us keep talking so you can catch us.
Ray,
Saying,
Ray, Ray got them big mittens hovering
You
over.
got mittens, bro. I got mittens now. What the fuck? All
all
right,
right.
so what's up? EJ, you haven't been here in a minute, so drop some bars. What's going on with
Yeah,
you?
what's going on with you, EJ?
Yeah, just part of the workforce every day. Um, giving my life to that.
Okay.
But other than that, been great. I'm in great spirits, obviously, because I'm able to work, right? But just hanging in there. And like I said before, looking forward to this trip coming up. So, you know, it's great.
Mm.
Great way to stay in shape. Great way to stay in shape.
Great way to stay sharp.
Yeah, I'm also happy about that trip. That trip seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun.
We got to live stream the trip, bro. The entire thing,
I
24/7. No,
agree.
I don't agree with that.
Not that, but just live stream a chunk of it. Yeah,
No, that's kind of gross. Kind of gross. But
definitely making this kind of gross.
yeah. So anyway, so what do you gathered us here today for what, Gio?
Yeah. Well, first I want to say something. Man, today was a weird day, man. Like I came home, I was feeling real down. Like it was like a Debbie Downer moment, laying there in the bed, just thinking, right? And then finally, will myself up out of the bed to go take a shower, start playing music, gradually recollected myself. Just and in my head, I was like, yeah, you need these moments, these dark, these deep introspective moments where you don't feel yourself and you gradually work your way back up. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
What did it? Was it something at work that brought you down?
No, it was just random. It just
Some days you wake up and you're just like, you know what? It's not today.
no, the entire day was okay. It's just that when I got home, suddenly I felt very introspective. It was kind of weird. But yeah, now I'm back to normal, I think. I
Hope.
think. Yeah. What about you guys? You guys ever have those dark moments?
Not generally, no. No.
Yeah.
Hey, you were just telling me a few months ago about how you felt like that.
Months ago.
This man Ray don't feel nothing, man.
Yeah.
A few months
Not
ago.
just a few months ago, Ray was talking about how you were feeling down. And then you I guess you
Right.
like grew you guess you got over it.
Yeah, Ray's just been even his whole life. He's never been too uppity, never too down.
That's how you
Just
live your
at an
life.
even plane.
Nah.
The even
I
plane.
I look. I generally don't remember what you're talking about, but I say not generally because I haven't felt that way in a while. I guess because I
agree.
cannot recall, and I'm not gonna say I never felt that way. You know, just like currently, I cannot recall a time that I felt that way.
Yeah.
Um, Hell, even you were talking about it yesterday. How we like gotta get up and do stuff. I got up and did stuff today. I changed the oil in my car, got that shit washed. Went to the gym. I gotta mount the TV still. That's still on the list. I'm doing that when my pops get here. Cause
Still ain't fixed that hairline. Damn.
oh my god.
Ray doesn't feel too down about that. He thinks
Oh
it's
my
set
god.
against.
You know what? Yeah, nah. My hairline's like this to build character.
Build character. I mean, that's how I feel about trying to grow this facial hair and just
uh,
letting it,
but
let it all fucked up. I'm like, oh man, but I have no choice.
yeah, you
Gotta.
in the growth phase for facial hair, you're just like, oh my god, I look like this. I should just shave it off. But then you shave it off, you're like, oh my god, have I been looking like this the whole time? Oh no.
I mean, when I shave it off, I just look like a freaking
You feel like you
young
age
young
like
buck.
you de-age like 10 years, right? You're just like,
People
oh.
seem I get conflicting reports. Some people
Yeah, no,
think,
you're always gonna get a 50-50. Some people are like, oh,
yeah.
you look better like that. Oh, you look better the other way. You don't get over it. Pick a lane
Well,
and
I'll
stick to
never
it. You know.
forget. I showed a woman my
Yeah.
ID once, back when my hair was shorter and shaved, right? And she looks at it, she goes, "Yeah, you look better like that." And I was like, "Oh, yeah." It's like, and
Those
then she said,
backhanded compliments.
"Yeah."
I don't
She
think that was
told me that.
backhanded compliment. She should have was like, yeah, I don't like you the way you look now.
Yeah, she told me that that long hair is for women. It was an African woman. Yeah.
It
She
really
said
is a
long hair is for
I
women.
don't say culture thing. It really is just a preference thing. Because some people love the longer hair, right? Like I'm not even saying you have like super long. Some people just love the longer hair, right? Like just
Yeah, because my mom likes that I started growing it out. She's happy.
oh my parents hate it.
Oh,
My parents hate it. They're like, oh my god, bro. I'm telling you, like I can have like a centimeter of hair on my head. They're like, all right, Wolverine, you gonna get a haircut?
you're just
Thanks.
you gotta look at
My
it.
dad be like that. He'd be like, "You woofing, man." I'm like, "Damn, like
Oof.
it hasn't been that
I
long."
can't
Like,
even like
Oh,
I could like literally not grip the ends of my hair on my head. Like, damn, you got hair getting kind of long there, buddy. And it's like, what the fuck? Supposed to be a
like that.
hairless cat or some shit.
Like the sun's getting kind of high there, pal. You know. But anyways, yeah, at work a girl was telling me that I should get she was like, "Oh, you should get waves." And I was like, "Nope, I'm good on that, chief. Waves are for children." Yeah. Yeah.
never thought about it like that, but yeah, they kind of. I look at somebody waves and be like, "Yeah, you kind of a child, bro."
Yeah, you're kind of young. Probably like
Like no one
25 or
yeah, like if you ever see anyone with waves who isn't like young, they're always way older. But like they're not yeah.
I don't think I've seen an older person with waves.
I
But
was
like,
probably like someone in their 30s, I think. I've seen them with like waves.
I have not.
I have. I have.
Usually, older people I see have like dreads. It's either the
Dread.
baldy or the dreads. There's no in between.
You also live in an area where
Rastaman.
yeah. Oh man, yo, at work, some guy I was talking about how, the Jamaica stuff, how even though I'm from Jamaica, you would never be able to tell, blah blah, and all that nonsense. And then this guy said, "Oh, I didn't know you were from Jamaica, mom." This white guy in the office, and I was like, I was just,
You looked at this. I'm not.
yeah, it just made me laugh because I was like, no one in Jamaica even speaks like that anymore. I was like, no one in Jamaica walks up to you like, yeah, man. I was like, don't do that no more.
Gotta make that man feel ultra racist for
No,
saying that.
I didn't do anything. I just laughed because they caught me off guard. No, actually, no, I didn't laugh because I was just like, oh, what did blood? I was just like, but
What?
anyway, yeah, I
So,
guess that touches on the whole idea of changing your look and all that kind of stuff. I guess it kind of touches on our on our main topic here. Do you guys feel like men do a little too much to try and gain female validation or
What
female?
was
what's the next
that?
question?
Where did it come from?
Oh, he's dropped his keys? No, I said yes. I agree. Like, a lot of people
Oh,
really be out here, you know. And I was talking to a lady about this, like, cause she was like mad at men. She's like, men do all this shit. And I was like, yo, you can't do that. You can't just sit here and blame men for every problem in your life,
Yeah.
because honestly, they do it for women. Like everything you've ever complained about, like specifically everything she complained about, was like they literally only do it because women like it. Like so, ergo, everything you have a problem with is because of women. So like, if we gonna go down the route, we gonna go down the route. Right? Like it sounds goofy, and she doubled down, and I was just like, I can keep bringing facts,
yeah.
but you're not
Wait,
listening.
so then you smacked her in the mouth like Sean Connery, right?
No, I would never do that. I would never do some
Sean
shit like
Connery
that.
said that's how you. Sean Connery said that's how you get sensitive to a woman. You slap him on the mouth.
I am
That's what he said.
I am not a famous white
Again,
man. I
he
can't
said
do
that
no
on
shit like that.
national television. Never forget, he said that on national television during an interview. He said that.
But if we really
Man
get
had
into it,
bitch.
yeah, like I said, people be doing too
Yeah.
much for the female
Give us some
validation.
examples. Give us some examples of the doing too much.
Um, look, man, why everyone in the hood driving a fancy BMW? Look, man, and I can tell you it's not from performance. I can tell you it's not for performance. Because if you
Mm,
wanted a car that performed really well, you go, you buy a cheaper car, and then you work on it, and you make it work really, really well, right? Because like out
Yeah.
the box, BMWs they nice, but they are not. They're not. Ah, yeah, I want to take this to the racetrack car.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Like, and if you want the BMW that you take to the racetrack, you're not paying what they paying out here for these BMWs. You paying a hefty price, okay? So, and we all know it's for women. They like the nice car. They do. Bro,
Mhm.
the amount of time, bro, not one of you guys gave a shit that I was driving the BMW. Bro, the amount of times that women was like, "Oh my god, you're driving this."
I
I was like,
cared. I cared when you put it in sport mode and started driving mad fast. That was
"Yeah,
cool.
you didn't care about it being a BMW." You was like, "Damn, car go fast, car go vroom vroom."
Yeah, go fast. That's the only part I care about. But
Literally,
beyond that,
I did not get any compliments from men about my car. Only women. They're like, "Oh my god, your car's so nice. Oh my god."
see, and then the funny thing is, before you got the BMW, you had another car,
Yep.
and it's like it was to me there was like no visible change. It was just another black car. You know,
My car is blue.
the new one is blue.
It's blue.
That shit's not
It's like a
blue.
dark blue. Now you don't understand how upset I was because I'm sitting there looking at it thinking it's black, and then the sun came out and I was like, "That shit's blue."
What do you have? Something against the color blue?
Nah, it's just like it's not even like a. All right, I look at it and I can tell it's blue. It just be fucking gaslighting you, bro.
Uh, what about you, EJ? Do you agree with Ray's take?
Yeah, of course. How could I not, man? And being surrounded by you guys, you do nothing but try to get.
What?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's
Me of all people,
insane. This
yo,
man don't even
Eric,
got a hairline. You telling me he's impressing women?
yo, Eric, you've literally seen me turn down some viable situations multiple times. Multiple times you see it with your own eyes.
Define viable.
Well, I've been in situations, as you've seen, where I could have, it could have been a slam dunk if I wanted to, but something inside me was like, just nah, bro,
All
it's
right,
not worth it.
I
And I didn't
gotta
do
go
it.
get my Uber. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Do you
yo,
think? Do you think, King?
nah, you're not supposed to leave.
Um,
I was joking. Yeah.
but yeah, to be to be real about it though, hell yeah. But it's a part of I guess what we're taught as men. A lot of us growing up until we think for ourselves about what's important in life and what we have to do. Um, and, I think in some ways it's seen as like part of your success, having a beautiful woman by your side and getting married and having kids. So um,
Yeah.
you're almost looked at as a loser or a failure
If you don't have,
if you don't have a woman by your side. So
yeah.
uh, not to just avoid that perception, but men take a general interest or desire in doing that. Um, they become bachelors to a degree, or even if they don't live that kind of lifestyle, they always feel like they need to impress a woman, in some shape or form. So I don't know what the reason could be. Obviously, everybody has different reasons. It could be a lust factor. It could be to prove something to somebody else. Uh, I think that's just they always say like, women make the world go round in a sense. Like, I think ASAP Rocky was talking about it, how like he gets dressed, like he wears nice clothes because of a woman. He smells nice because of a woman. It's like these are things, and I remember seeing that. I'm like, these are things that you don't just do for yourself, like
Yeah, they
you
should be
know,
intrinsic, right? Be
like
intrinsic.
for the sake of doing that because you don't want to be intolerable to other people.
Yes,
So
yeah. I feel like so much of the things
yeah,
people do. It's like, yeah, it's not even because like on one, a general in a specific to men's sense, yes, right? Then overall, people do things for other people. Like they're driven by, like you said, impressing other people. But it's funny you mentioned the making the world go round thing because there are many theories that like that if men were to decide to go their own way and stop doing all that stuff, like things about society would change a lot. Like the economy would probably come
yeah,
down because so much of the things men buy are probably for that purpose. Like I'll never forget being in my neighborhood when the first time I ever started thinking about this shit was a long time ago. I was like maybe 18, 19 years old. And I was walking around my neighborhood and noticed how many of the stores were like or things like clothing stores, female clothing stores, this and that. I was like, yo, so many of the things here are like, because I remember I wanted to buy something. I was like, there's nothing here that's tailored for me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I probably have to go travel to find something that would tailor to, you would say, masculine specific interest. And I was like, damn, this idea because the thing is, women are like the primary consumers, and like they spend a lot of money on consumer goods. So that's part of why it is. So it's just Just crazy. So
Yeah, I remember Futurama had like a part in the episode that was like highlighting this very thing, and like they made up this scenario where there was this kid or whatever that he got he got like this robot, this female sex robot or whatever. I don't know if you guys have seen that scene what I'm referring to, but in that scene, he basically like he gets the female sex robot, and then like he spends all his time just like all his time's occupied with just being with her and making out with her, and then like he had like they make up this story about him where like he had dreams of being a scientist or something, or he had like these career goals, and like he put all that to rest because like he had basically they were making a larger statement about what you're saying, like the whole world the whole world's um way of living is based on impressing the opposite sex. Like
true.
that's everybody's goal. And when you give somebody that, like in that scenario, like he had the sex bot, he doesn't want to do basic things like go outside and hang out with his friends, or he doesn't want to go to college and get a degree. Like they took it to an extreme sense, but
It's funny. You would think that's an extreme sense, but that's actually hilarious because
yeah,
one of my cousins, right? One of my older cousins, like the first, like the second generation, right? Like I think, yeah, he's my mom's cousin, so, and then by extension, he's my cousin, right? This man, right? So what he was in college, he got like a fucking scholarship, right, to play, and he was doing okay, and then he met this girl, right? He met her, he started dating her, and like you said, literally what you just described is what he did. He stopped performing as well in sport. He started failing his classes. Eventually, he was kicked out of the school. The entire time she's going to her classes and stuff. And then I think she have a kid with him? I don't remember. I just know she dumped him eventually. She dumped him, of course. Like after he was a nobody, like he had nothing now. She dumped him. And I think about that all the time. I'm like, wow, man bumbled the whole bag and ruined his life.
yeah,
Because in his mind, it's like I guess he thought he won already. He's like, I won. I got I'm at the finish line, you know?
yeah.
Like,
like like it was funny because in Futurama, like they kept on they kept on trying to like reach out to the guy. Like his parents got him a girlfriend, or got him a girl that was interested in him, and they were like, "Hey, I forgot his name. I think it was like Billy or some regular name." He was like, "Hey, we gotta, she wants to go with you to the prom. Like she's waiting outside for you." And he's like, "Nah, I'll just stay here with my sex bot, my robot." Like, "Nah, mom, I'm good." And he was like, "Don't you want to go outside and play with your friends?" Nah, I'm good. I just want to sit here in my room and make out with my sex bot. And as the years go by, he gets older and older, and that's all he's doing for the rest of his life. So that's
but
all that
really,
mattered in his world was, and he achieved that early on. So it's like, why do anything else? He already impressed the opposite sex. The girl that's madly in love with him.
You know what's really funny? This happened IRL. I literally had my little roommate in college was like that. Like we would chat and hang out and do things. The millisecond he got a girlfriend, we're like, "Oh, you want to like come hang out with us?" Like, we literally tried to like get him to hang out with us. We're like, "Yo, you want to come do this?" He's like, "No." You want to do this? You want to get lunch with us? No, no, no. He literally only existed for her, and she didn't even like him that much, bro. She wanted to hang out with me.
oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
It was crazy. It was fucking goofy.
Yeah, man, it's just that's why I remember talking about this. I was talking to a girl at work about this, where I was telling her I feel like people get in relationships a lot of the time to sort of fix their own issues. And I was like, I feel like it shouldn't be two halves coming together to make a whole. You should both be two wholes. You should both be fulfilled and
Right.
developed already as you come into a relationship. It shouldn't be like you come in there for some sort of emotional validation or something. I mean, of course, there's going to be a level of emotional validation in a relationship. Never, you can't
Yeah.
resist. But at the same time, you should be as developed as more like if you're an adult anyway, you should be as more so as far developed as you can. If you're a kid, yeah, you're gonna be retarded. You're gonna enter a relationship and act like a dumbass. It's just all those hormones raging. There's nothing you
Yeah.
can do about it. You know?
I hate especially when you hear those large romantic statements that like someone will make towards their significant other to prove how much they care about them. Like they'll be like, "Oh, I can't live without you. Like I don't know
Oh,
where I'll be without you." It's like that sounds like an unhealthy
it
fixation.
does.
Like
It does. Doesn't it?
like
That's
that level of dependability or reliability. Like
yeah,
they make you whole.
it's literally called codependence, a literal whole ass psychological.
Where were you before them? Like you know, did you have no existence? Did you have there was not that this is who defines you? You know, this person that you're with?
Yeah, it's funny.
It's unhealthy.
It's funny. That's what used to get me in trouble in most of the relationships I was in because I was not willing to make those kind of statements. I was not willing to do like things I thought were goofy. Like holidays would come around, I'd be like, I'm not interested in doing any of this stuff. And I was just I've always been a very honest person. So I'm just gonna tell you straight up. I'll tell girls immediately. I do
Straight
not
shooter.
care about Valentine's Day. I was like, I do not care about Christmas. I do not care about birthdays. I'll just be honest. I'd be like, if you want something from me in those respects, you're gonna have to ask me because I do not care about them. And they wouldn't believe me. Then those
I don't think no guy ever said, "Yeah, I care a lot about Valentine's Day. It's my day of the year." Like, no, you always do it. They always do it for their woman, you know,
sure, but they got to put on the face and pretend,
and
right?
act like it.
But I don't. I never. I made sure they knew from the moment. From the moment. But then the time would come around, and there they are in my face, getting mad at me that I didn't do something without them telling me. I'm like, I literally told you that you would have to tell me. I literally warned you about this. But earlier you were saying that you feel like the very act of talking about it is part of the problem. Well, what did you mean by
Yeah.
that?
No, I mean, like when we become so bothered by it, you know, when it's always capturing our attention, and we end up in this cycle of I don't know. I feel like giving it more attention than it deserves. In a way, I feel like in a way, in a small way. I can't really measure the weight, but in a small way, I feel like we contribute to the problem. I
Mhm.
don't know.
See, I feel like the act of not talking about it is what contributes to the problem. I feel like part of the reason we live in this world where people don't want to talk about that. Like I remember saying this to Ray years ago, where I went on a rant and about how I was like, it really annoyed. One of the things that annoy me most about the world around me is that we live in this world of accepted, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like there are these like hidden truths that everyone knows, right? These things that everyone knows,
We're
and they
scared to
know,
talk about. Yeah,
yeah, but they don't talk about it. And if you mention it candidly or so, they'll talk about it in jokes and make jokes about it, but no one ever wants to talk about it seriously. And if you ever mention it seriously, people will literally get mad at you. And you're just like, why are we pretending that this thing I'm saying is not true when we know it's true? And I feel like part when we don't talk about these things, they kind of fester and lead to
but my take on it is that not that like it's not so much that we shouldn't talk about it, but I feel like sometimes it just falls on deaf ears. Like it's not gonna
yeah, yeah, I guess yeah.
it's not really gonna that's the reason why I feel like, you know, not really addressing it because it just feels like, you know, unless you're actively I don't know, unless you're trying to change the person, like I don't know what the goal is, you know, like what the agenda is in in terms of telling this person what it is that you're telling them.
Well, I feel like nowadays people are paying more and more attention to that idea and realizing that, you need to live for yourself, especially men. They're like, you need to live for
Yeah.
yourself. Because we were kind of late to the party when you think about it. Because women had this whole self love movement and all that kind of stuff for years, right? Then men are just now starting to catch up. Men are just now starting to realize, wait a minute, you mean there's more to life than pussy? They're just like now starting to notice, right? It took a bunch of getting rejected and getting clowned for them to finally put it together. Like Ray,
Yeah.
remember that meme I sent you? Remember the ones? Oh, yeah, I gotta look at it again because that shit was so funny. I'm gonna
Please, bro. I don't know everything.
let me see if I can find it. Just to read the caption, or you should show it. I'm gonna
What
add
was
it
it?
to the channel. I'm gonna add it to our channel. It's in the other one, but remember the thing I sent you on Insta that had us both dead. I knew you would find it fucking funny too, because when I saw that shit, I personally related to it. That's why it was funny. I was like, oh, this is the first one of the not one of the first times, but one of the few times a meme just felt too real, too
Yeah, there's a lot
personal.
here, bro. Is it the
Okay, I sent no into our main. I just sent it to our main channel for ABT. Yeah, you remember this, right?
Oh yeah, this one. Uh,
Yo, read it to EJ so he can see what it says.
let me see. Does that fix it? I'll fix it a little better. It's 4 a.m. You're outside the club, freezing, pulled, no one at all. $2 in your bank account, and you have to be up in 4 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I saw that shit, I was like, that sounds familiar. Well, not the maybe $2 in my checking account, but I always had money in my savings account. But I've done that before where I went out, didn't do anything the entire night. Maybe I talked to people, but nothing came of it, right? And then I'm just sitting there, me and Amelia were drunk off our ass, and I'm just like, I spent $200 tonight. Yeah, I'm like, I spent $200. I could have been at home watching a fucking movie.
$200, man. You could have gone to Cancun for that money.
True. It's like I could have been doing something actually fulfilling, but
You could have.
I
You
came
could have
out
went.
here
We could have gone skiing.
skiing. Yeah, so many things I could have done, man. Could have went to a racetrack or some shit. Here I am sitting outside the club, freezing. But I don't know, man. It's like I guess part of it is there's nothing you can do about it. It's just
I
that
don't
will
know.
always,
I feel like it's just personal growth. Like, I mean,
yeah,
you got people that's in their 30s and 40s that still think the way they do,
yeah. That shit's
but
weird. That's
but it's more so experience, not really an age thing.
yeah.
You're gonna get to a point in your life where you get tired of living a certain way, so or
Exactly.
doing things a certain way. So
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing that always makes it come back to my mind is I will see it. I'll see it in front of me. Like I have two personal scenarios that were burned in my fucking head that made me just think about this all the time, right? So I remember a long time ago, saw this woman walking around with a BBL. She had a BBL, right? And this guy she's walking, right? This is like a boulevard, a shopping boulevard. She's walking from store to store. And you got this guy with all these bags walking behind her, looking like he's her son, like some kid. It's not
yeah,
her
yeah.
son, it's her man. And I'm just looking at him, shaking my head, just like, damn, man. Damn. I was like,
It's like,
damn,
Poor guy.
you
she
goofy
got
ass.
you like that. Yeah, that's what I was like. I was like, what a goofball. What a fucking
Yeah,
goofball.
I think I told you guys the story. One of the stories that burned in my mind, and because like now it's funny, but it kind of like at the time it happened, kind of bothered me only because I was cool with the guy. Um, but it was similar to what Ray was saying with the college roommate. I had a friend in high school, and I don't speak to him anymore, but not because there's any personal differences. Just we just don't
Broke.
speak. Yeah, just don't speak. But the first week of high school, um, freshman year, it was me and a couple of guys that I knew, but we don't really know each other like that, and we end up just hanging out, in the cafeteria, sitting at the same table, just chopping it up, and then probably like maybe 2 weeks go by, like in that time, I can't remember the time span, but we end up talking for like maybe a week or two. Me and this guy and a couple of other friends, and then he ends up getting with this girl, and I swear, like maybe a day after, like he got with the girl, he just ended up sitting in a whole separate section at lunch. It's just him and her.
That happened to us
Oh
too.
my God.
You
Why are you just
remember?
what do you
It's
said
just him
that?
and her, and it wasn't like, oh hey guys, like it was just like a decision in his mind that he decided to make. Like, nah, like I'm with this girl. I want to give her my undivided attention and time.
That's it, a decision in
So
his mind.
yeah, like it wasn't like, yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later. He just did it, like almost like it was a robotic maneuver. Like he didn't even think about it. It didn't even register.
He probably that's the best part. He probably didn't even think about it. Just
So
did.
like, and then at the time I thought nothing of it. And then when I was like, all right, well, he's chilling with her, like, as he should, right? That's his girl. But then what bothered me, that wasn't what bothered me. What bothered me was we would see this guy in the hallway, like early in the morning when we get to school. We cross paths with him. He's side by side holding this girl's hand. And like the guy wouldn't even acknowledge this. It was almost like we were about to destroy the very thing that he was trying to create by
Damn,
us
if I had to take
by
another
him.
man, my girlfriend would
Yeah.
leave me.
Yeah, it was like he was protecting this thing like that he needed to be a guardian for. It was like, bro, like it's cool. She's your girl. We acknowledge her. Like,
It's funny.
like
It's funny because depending on the girl, shit like that probably will. Like one time I was talking to a girl, and when she saw me talking to other people, and the funny thing is the way this shit happened, I did not set it up. God was just doing everything that night to make me look cool. Because first, I think it was you, Ray, who first came and gave me a drink. Then I think Emilio gave me one after, and then
Oh yeah.
a bunch of random people kept talking to me. And then she's like, "Oh, you're very popular here," and I was like, "Sure." And so, but then another time, I was talking to this other girl. This was more recently at Lovers, talking to this other girl, and as I started talking to other people, I think she got mad that I was doing that, and she lost interest because I kept talking to other people. But it might be what, like you said, Race, because I was talking about anime. That might have been what shut it down.
Man, I was talking about anime.
Because
Losing.
yeah.
I think when I said, "Do you watch anime?" She was like, "Nah." I was like, "Ah, fuck." Yeah. But yeah, exactly what you just described that happened to me and
Yes, I
Ray.
read that title right.
we
Here's
I
we
what
just
had
it
I don't understand why people have to make this separation. Like you can't have
um,
a place in your life with multiple people. Like
No,
yeah,
it's you have to
you
put
can't.
this.
It's me or nothing, bro. It's me
yeah.
over everybody. Your mama, not anymore. I
Oh
don't need
wait,
her
you
now.
know what? Hold on. Sorry. Anyways, so we experienced the same thing where the guy kind of same thing. He started going to her other table, and it was very sad and pathetic. Because like we would look over at them, right, and he just sitting there like this, like some kind of puppy or
Like
something. Like
he wasn't even speaking most of the time. It's not like
no,
he was like having
he,
a
he
conversation.
just sitting
He
there,
was just
fucking love
there.
struck,
Like
just
You
love
never had
struck.
a girlfriend before, so
no,
like
that was his
know
first
how
one.
to act.
That was his first one.
Man,
Then
But
then
bro, once it was like he sat with us and then they showed up and he left.
yeah, it was goofy. And the
yeah.
funny thing is, right, and she was not that way with him. I'll tell you that. But
Oh no,
anyways,
she just kept doing what she was doing. She just also had a boyfriend
she
now.
just lived her life, and he was always in her orbit. But anyways, I mean, he did seem to come back to reality eventually. Eventually, I guess she started doing too much because the way he broke up with her, he just didn't talk to her over the whole summer.
Yeah.
And should we break up?
Is that how that happened?
Yeah, that's at least that's how I was told. Yeah.
And you know what's the sad thing about that? It's like when not that you wish, anything bad to happen or you want the relationship to end. Like obviously you wish that you wish the guy the best and you wish him future happiness if you're not bitter.
For
And if
yourself.
you care about the guy, if you care about the guy, but it's like when it goes downhill or like they're in a phase where they're not really talking to each other or if the relationship completely ended, who are you gonna run to? Like
Mm,
you close that off.
mm,
You've made it very clear that we didn't matter before, so we shouldn't matter
mm.
now. We should be the people that should comfort you in the time of need
Yo,
when
Ray,
when you put that barrier up.
I had to snap to that.
It's just crazy, man.
That was
Like
true.
it's crazy.
You hit the nail on the head right there.
Cause look, man, if you cut me off because you got a bitch, and then it's over and you come back and like you don't even address what you did, you're done, though.
What if it's like an actual
Done,
bitch, like a female dog, and he gets obsessed with her, and then he
Look,
starts
I
ignoring
don't
you?
really care. Like if you cut someone off just because you met someone else, like that's
Yeah.
kind of that's slime,
What would
bro.
you do? What would you do if someone cut you off for a dog though? Like all they want to do is spend time with their dog.
Bro, that's their
Man, you're not
business.
my dog.
That's their business, bro. I do not care.
Anyways, it's funny because contrast with me, right? Remember the first time I had a serious girlfriend, and I did not change my routine at all. I was just like,
Yeah, they were
stay
upset
away.
about that.
I was like, stay away from me.
Mm.
Yeah, I told her
See,
They were
stay.
upset.
yeah, I could understand that your time will be limited if you have to change your routine a little bit to to please the person you're with. Like that's completely understandable. Just don't act like, when you see somebody in person, they don't exist or you don't
Yeah,
acknowledge them.
that's
I don't
gross.
know.
That's
Yeah.
gross right there. Like how
I
could
mean, you
you
gotta remember, like I said, when you're a kid, you're a fucking retard. So you gotta. But it's funny, the kids who got the most action when we were in high school were the ones who didn't do that kind of goofy shit, where they acted like they did not care about her at all.
Yeah.
And
bro? They were
those are
just trading girls around back then.
Yeah, they weren't treating them like prized possessions.
They
They were
really
treating them like
And
and they
birds.
literally just they were trading them like Pokemon cards, bro.
Yeah.
Like she was dating him, and him, but she was also dating him. But not at the same times, and the girls are still friends, but except that time they both like that guy over there, but they got over it because they're like different. I was just like, yo, what kind of shit's going on here?
I remember
The Degrassi is going.
something Goofy did. Like what would happen, right? Is when the two quote unquote popular kids would get together, like one of the most popular girls. And I think the reason this did bother me a lot is I felt like I'm gonna sound a little Malcolm X here, right? But what I noticed is it was the two. They were both black, but they were like mixed. So they were like the lightest people. And when they got together, people acted like it was like a royal wedding. Like when they would walk the halls, people would be staring at them, and everyone would. They would
I like that, bro.
I don't even
yeah,
know
like
what
they
you're
were
talking
famous.
about.
I was like,
I cannot picture who you were talking about. We went to the same
you
school.
don't remember Larry and Jasmine, bro?
Were they together?
They had a moment where they were together. Yeah, it was
Yo.
brief. It was brief, but they had a moment where they were together, and everyone acted
Bro,
like,
They still together?
I was in class
Shout
with
out to them, man.
either of them, bro.
huh?
I think I only had Spanish class with that guy Larry, and I don't think I had any classes with Jasmine.
Yeah, I'll never forget to show you how I don't chase anyone's validation. I remember when Larry thought I was the coldest guy ever after this moment. I'll never forget. Larry starts asking me about my music taste for some reason. He would do shit like this. He I don't know. He was just very fixated and interested in me in various points. And he started asking me about my music taste. And I was like, yeah, I like rock and roll. He's like, oh, really? I was like, what kind of rock? And I was like, yeah, like Elvis Presley and stuff. He's like, that's not rock. And I was like, what? What do you mean this is not rock? I was like, but whatever. So then, but back then I was really into like stuff like Elvis Presley, the Animals. A lot of my music taste was steep 60s rock, right? And I remember I had this ring on my hand that I forgot. I think it was Kumar who gave it to me, right? It was
So
just
that
a
was the hat
ring.
you were talking about.
Huh?
That was a hat.
Was it a hat? What hat?
Go on, finish the story.
Oh, and maybe it's another story. But I had this ring in my hand, on my hand, and then Larry looks at the ring and he's like, "Oh, is that real gold?" And I was like, "I don't think so." He's like, "You don't care, do you?" And I was like, "No." And then he just started laughing. He just started laughing, and from that moment on, he would just always like act like that towards me. And I guess that shit stuck with him. The fact that I just not give a fuck. I just like the way the ring looked, so I put it on my finger.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he was I noticed that a lot with those like popular kid types. Sometimes they seem like they want to be free of the burden they've put upon themselves, but they can't free themselves.
Ah, that's a great point. That's a great
Yeah,
point. They see it in others and wish they could bring it out in themselves.
but they have
That's
no choice. Now they must play this role.
yeah, yeah. That is disheartening.
Yeah,
Seeing that, it's like, damn,
it's like
you
you
could
wish
you
you
could you could be me, bro. You could wear this fake ass ring
yeah,
too.
you could.
Yeah, if I had another one in my pocket,
I
yeah.
give it to you. It's like you just want to be yourself, don't you? You just want to be yourself, but you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
You have no choice. It's like you're, oh man. But anyways, felt like that was a very
They,
interesting.
they
Yeah,
they come in looking like it's a royal wedding
yeah,
just for it to be a royal divorce.
that shit real. Yo, actually, okay, this is
I
gonna be a
think it
very
lasted
dark.
longer than Kim Kardashian and her. Not one. What was it?
Oh, the
85
72
days?
hours. 72 hours.
It was 90 days, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, it was like 72 hours, wasn't it?
Marriage? Let me look up.
Yeah, it was like 72 hours. I swear to God.
You talking about the white guy, the white basketball player?
Yeah, it was like 72 hours.
No, I was like 90 days, bro. It wasn't no 72 hours.
Yeah, I was like, I don't remember it being that short. 72 days.
72 days.
Ah,
Exactly 72 days after they broadcast their lavish wedding in August 2011, they divorced.
Damn, they got married on around my birthday
Let
time.
me find out the exact date. Let me find out
Yo,
the
imagine it
exact
was on my
date.
birthday.
When did she marry?
Might as well have been 72 hours because she knew what she was gonna do the moment they got on that second day. She was like, "All right, so now we got to start planning my exit."
I don't know. August 20th.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
those high school relationships be walking through the hallways like they had cotillion or something.
Bro, high
Yeah,
school relationships are wild because you will literally know this guy is beating his girlfriend and no one does nothing.
Mm.
And that's just weird.
I've never experienced that. I know you have.
Literally, no.
I did not know you was gonna go with that.
We went to the
I
same
do.
school.
True, but I had no knowledge, no knowledge.
Where you be at, man, with all this high school stuff going on? You just
Yeah.
be
No, he must have went to fucking Clinton or something. He went to that high school from Lean on Me. That's very
No. Bro, because it was wild, because I was literally sitting there, and bro, I don't know what it was, but in high school, these chicks would just start telling me shit that I had no business knowing. So they,
Oh wait.
I used a part of the high school gossip club.
bro,
Okay,
I'd be
yeah.
sitting down and they just start chatting to me, bro.
No, he's right. He's right. I do remember now.
Chatting to me, bro. And
I
I
do
was
remember.
like, what?
You talking about the strongest man on the earth, huh? Talking about him?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Like Terry, like Terry likes Jessica, but Jennifer doesn't know that Terry likes Jessica. So Terry,
Bro, I knew all that shit.
Yeah, women do tell you shit like that
I
a lot.
literally be sitting there in the library. They
like
would
I
just
know,
sit down and be like, it'd be on their face. I'm like, yo, you good? And like, no. And then they go, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh man, I did it.
I
to
should never
myself.
Never has.
It's just they look so stressed, bro. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Because I'm thinking it's going like, damn, I know the test is coming up, but it's not that bad, right? Like, no, it's nothing to do with no school, bro. Nothing to do with school, bro.
That just goes to show where your head was at, where their head was at. Like, crazy.
It's like it's funny because like it's like me and Ray were talking about. I was telling you, remember I was telling you, like these women will have gone through like several life experiences by the time you think you're the same age as them, but you're not. You're not
living the same life in high school, bro.
Yeah.
Like I went to school, I went to community service, and then I went home.
We were doing normal stuff like going to comic book shops and
we were doing some real normal shit. But then you hear the stories, and it's like, bro, I will never forget this story. Why this girl was mad at this other girl because she, like, girl A bought girl B a $200 watch for Christmas, and then girl B didn't buy her nothing. And then we're just like, why are you buying a $200 watch for Christmas? Like, who? That sounds like a you thing. Because I was like, look, man, if someone bought me a $200 watch, I could not return the favor, bro. I could.
Where do you got that kind of money in high school to be doing that?
Well, you know, every girl in our class was out here working a job, bro.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we couldn't get jobs for nothing. Yeah.
I remember we couldn't get it. I tried so hard to find a job. I was like, something part-time. Nope, no one was taking nobody. Bro, I will never forget this one girl came and talked about how she kept switching jobs. I was just like, what the fuck? How are you switching jobs like that, bro?
What are you doing?
Like, oh yeah, this person didn't like me, so I went to this job, and then I was there, and then this customer like snitched on me, so I had to go to a different job. I was like,
she doing quantum leap with jobs.
Like, you got jobs, bro? Like, you just jobs.
It's funny because on the whole celebrity relationship things in high school, right? I remember this story is dark. I remember I tell people that it was funny but dark at the same time. So we knew. I remember there was this couple that I would see all the time, walking through the hallways, holding hands, kissing in the halls, trying to make everyone know they're in a relationship. Right?
Yeah.
And then she got pregnant, and the dude vanished. He fucking disappeared. The dude ceased to exist as soon as she got pregnant.
He might dropped out of school. He like, man,
I mean, rumor has it his family fucking sent him away. They like smuggled his ass back to the Dominican Republic, I guess to hide him from her. Which is dark as hell.
That ain't funny, her being a single mother, but it kind of is.
Yeah, it's sad but funny at the same time.
We got a deadbeat on our case, man.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, that shit, every time I think about it, I start laughing. Whenever I tell other people about it, they act like I'm fucking evil.
That's the problem though. Like with a decision like that, it's permanent, right? Having a kid, like, you know, those are mistakes. I mean, you know, her kid is probably doing great, and
her kid's probably addicted to crack or something.
But it's a mistake in the moment. You're young, you're not ready to raise it. Now she probably looks at it like the best thing that ever happened to her. But
it depends. It depends, because sometimes I'd be on the train. You'll see some women with some very young mothers, obviously teenagers with their kids, or like at least like early adult. They cursing at the kid and shit. Yeah, it gets me mad. But anyway.
Oh no, it gets me mad. Bro, I will never forget when I was working in this specific job and this lady was pregnant, and like I saw the way she treated other kids. I was like, oh my god, this lady is about to have a
Oh, I know. I
child,
remember.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh man. Look, man. I'm not even gonna go out of my way.
Oh,
To,
I know what you're talking about.
We both know
I will not go out of my way to like say nothing. But like I had to. Like I told my manager too. I was like, yo, don't put me on like if it's possible, I'd rather not be anywhere near this lady. I was like, yo, just don't put. I don't enjoy her company, please. And they were like, bro, they thought it was funny. They're like, oh my god, like what did she do?
It's probably the
This
hormones,
guy.
bro. It's probably just the hormones.
Man, cause it wasn't just her though. It wasn't just her. Her best friend was doing the same shit. And I was like, nah, this is definitely just a personality thing. Like, yeah, and it wasn't that they were mean to all kids. They were mean to the ugly kids. Like kids they didn't think it looked that cute. They were mean. They were mean as fuck to them. They were, oh my god, these kids are so rude and nasty. But if a light skinned kid with some curly hair and some light eyes came up, they're, oh my god, you're so well behaved. They kid didn't do shit different from any of the other kids. They didn't do jack and shit. But her whole mood changed when he walked up. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Maybe you're just racist.
Man, shut the fuck up. That shit actually pissed me off. Because it wasn't just the workers, right? Because it was also the teachers. I heard the way the teachers were yelling at their kids. I was like, yo, I don't care if you're having a bad day. Don't take it out on your kids. Like that's some shit you gotta deal with.
And we all know Ray gonna be a great father one day. Great father.
You want to know how I know he's gonna have kids? Because he keeps saying he's not gonna have kids. They usually
talking about how I'm gonna have kids.
Yeah,
Bro.
ask old people. Old people mention this to me. The people that would always talk the hardest, how they're not gonna do a certain thing, were always the ones who were the first of the group to have done the thing they claimed they wouldn't do their whole lives.
Watch.
It always happens that way.
Bro, gonna slip up. He gonna slip up one day.
You can't catch me slipping, bro.
20 years from now,
24 hours, baby.
20 years from now,
slipping, bro.
20 years from now, Ray gonna be in the minivan. He gonna be in the minivan. He can have the sweater tied around his neck. He can have the collared shirt, the khaki pants. He can have 3 kids in the back, taking his kids to soccer practice. Soccer practice.
He's gonna be telling his kids, man, I had a night where I just wanted some extra pleasure, man.
Look, I know how this fantasy is completely incorrect, because look at me, bro. I am 6'1", 300 pounds. My kids ain't playing no soccer, bro. They gonna be playing football.
No, you forget,
football, bro.
That's too late, Ray. Your genes are gonna pass on to them. It's not gonna happen.
No.
If
I'm having kids, I gotta find a 6'1" linebacker, bro.
Here's gonna happen. Big. You're gonna have 3 kids. You have 3 kids, right? The youngest one is gonna be the biggest one, right? The youngest one is gonna be fucking gigantic.
The other like 2 a varsity athlete.
Shorter than I am.
The other 2 are gonna be like normal size. Maybe not normal size. They're gonna be like, maybe like 6'1" or something. And then the other 2 are gonna be athletes, and the biggest one is gonna be sitting in his room playing on the computer. The biggest one. Well, that's exactly.
I think no, not the shortest one. My other older brother, he was playing football, but he was like 5 something. He was tall, but he was like 5.
Well, Ray, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They're gonna play football, like American football. Those Jamaican genes are not gonna let that happen, bro.
That's look at me. Tell me I'm not a linebacker, bro.
You guys are Jamaicans a varsity athlete, bro.
Have you ever touched a football in your life?
I have a big brain. I ain't mashing this up for nothing, bro.
Yeah. It's just like it's because the Jamaican genes, bro. The Jamaican genes are like, wow. They're like, we can't.
Every time I got near a football, it started to burn.
Yeah, they were like, nah, that's the wrong football, chief. Like, but
they were like, nah, bro, you can't touch no pork.
Yeah, no pork. But yeah, man, that's just
all right.
Hilarious.
Kids, man, kids.
Right,
something else.
Here for too long. What was the other topic you wanted to talk about?
Wait, before we move on to the other topic, one more thing. At that same job, I'll never forget one thing that stuck with me. I'm sitting next to this guy when we were working there, and there was a teacher there, or some kind of woman. You probably know who it is, some Hispanic woman. She had a big buck, as you'd call it, right? She had nice curves. And I'll never forget, he turned to me, he was like, yo, she bad, right? And I was like, yeah, I suppose she is. He was like, he said something like, I think he said something, you think if I were to slide on her, or he didn't say slide on her, but he said something.
Why'd you said it so scared, as if he was holding you hostage? Like, she's bad, right? Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Man's is at
Like, yeah,
work,
sure.
bro. He not on
I
that
didn't
kind
want
of
to. I didn't want to talk
time.
about that like out loud because she wasn't even that far away when he mentioned it. And then he's like, "You think I could like blah blah blah?" And I was like, and you know, the obvious answer is no. You fucking retard. Don't do that. But I was just like, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to convince him, like you said. So I was like, I don't know, man. Whatever. You want to do it, go for it. I was like, hey, this motherfucker gonna lose his job, but not my problem. Like, I don't know him. But anyways, on to the second topic.
What
Do you-
happened?
What happened?
You just said that he
Bro,
was
he
gonna go
definitely
do it.
didn't do it, bro.
He didn't do it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Oh.
sure he didn't. But he was asking if he should, and I was like,
No.
what is wrong with you? Yeah, I was like, in my head, but the first thing I thought was, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, really gonna mess up your bag like that? Like, yeah, Jesus.
Yeah, I was like,
Again,
what? Like,
again,
because-
impressing the
look,
opposite sex validation.
Yeah.
if you, because like, if it don't go well, you getting reported, bro. You getting reported. Like,
Yeah, at my
so,
old-
like, they're gonna be like, hey, one of the people, like the contractors we like hired, they like tried to like hit on me. I made me really uncomfortable. You're gone, bro. Hell,
Yeah, you might even-
we might have
Yeah,
just,
you
like,
might
lost that
things
school.
for everybody. Yeah, like I'll never forget one of my first security jobs. We had a presentation, and they warned us that you can't talk to the people that you know you in the place you're guarding. You can't talk to the women there like that or any of that stuff. And I remember thinking, I think I said something like, "People do that," because I was just like, I was shocked. And she was like, "Yes, we literally had a situation." She was like, "We literally had a situation where a guy at a security post tried to like hit on the girl, and she went and complained to her supervisor, and he got removed from the post."
Yep,
It's like,
that's all that's waiting for you, because either it works or it really don't work.
it's probably never gonna work, to be honest. If you're working a security job, the likelihood that you're going to pick her, it's not. Like the one time, one of my old security posts I had, where the guy said he talked to the. Remember, he was asking me, should I talk to her? This like woman, very attractive woman, who worked at this facility, and he was like, oh, should I talk to her? And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't think it's a good idea. But anyways, he kind of did. I think he ended up getting her number. And then once he explained to me her situation, I immediately knew why he got the number. Basically, she had a husband, like an ex-husband, who not even ex-husband. He was still her husband. He was still her husband, but they were separated.
No.
He was in the military, and apparently he was like crazy. And she was thinking that she was like, oh, I think he has like a tracker on the car, like he knows where I am. And I'm looking at him like, my dude, why are you still fucking
Get
talking?
away! Get away!
Bro, the
Run!
minute I heard, oh well, me and my husband, we not to get.
I was like, why are you talking? Yeah, just lock it off. Lock it off. I was like, why are you talking to this woman? I was like,
Change
this
the channel. Change the channel.
nigga change the channel. Yeah. This nigga gonna show up at your house with a fucking assault rifle. This nigga gonna be lined up on the building across from his building, the sniper rifle, have him in his sights when he comes to the window. It's like I was like, dude, these niggas are crazy. I was
They
like,
are
please.
indeed out here,
Especially a military guy. I was like, please, my dude, this military man will kill you.
Also,
He will
the
kill you.
military men don't deserve that, bro. Come on, they do better. Do better.
Anyways, how do you guys feel about the idea that entertainment is propaganda?
I mean, it kind of is. Like
It is. Yeah. These.
like
Yeah.
comic books were literally propaganda, bro.
I mean, I'm talking about modern. That's a good point. But modern entertainment. Do you guys feel like it's propaganda?
Bro, it, like
It's always been though. It's
Yeah.
always been.
That is
they're
true.
always
That's
gonna
what-
push. Like as much as people want to like goof at the idea that it's pushing an agenda, it's gonna push an agenda, bro. It's definitely just pushing an agenda.
That's
And
one
it's
of the
not
main
even
purposes.
necessarily an agenda that like the company wants to push, but if it's a popular hot button issue, it's gonna get me clicks, it's gonna get me views. Like I will push the issue. And you
But
know
what
they
about
always
the
do it in the safest way possible. Where
What about the idea that the government has a control over some of this material that they're pumping out? Like the government is the one kind of orchestrating and kind of telling them what they're allowed to talk
Be a
about.
reach. Might be a reach to some extent, but you know it's feasible.
Why do you think it's a reach, Eric? EJ?
Because how can you, like, what about it can you attribute the government's involvement?
Hmm.
Like, what, like you can make that claim, but what evidence could you actually get together to prove that?
I'll give you an example. I'll take you down. Wait, you want to say something, Ray?
no.
I'll take you down the rabbit hole. One of the first times, this is not one of the first times. Ray can tell you from knowing me for a long time, this kind of talk is something I talk about a lot. Whereas like this idea of conspiracy and dark shadowy people and the idea that our entire reality is a fucking not our reality, but our society is a big old sham, just like a fake little system that's designed to make us feel safe, right? So I remember I was watching this movie Captain Marvel, and the plot of Captain Marvel I noticed was suspiciously similar to something that was happening in real life. I remember I even had to I pointed this out to other like they were like conservative people I knew at the time, and they didn't even notice it till I pointed it out, which is which is so funny, right? They hated the movie because of other stupid feminist reasons. Although the movie was dumb and those feminist things,
The movie was just kind of bad.
but it was pushing some of that feminist agenda stuff. But there's a thing in the movie where there's these villains in the comics called the Skrulls. And in the comics, both the Skrulls and the Kree are assholes. They're both monstrous beings who pretty much they have this like blood fight. Like like the Hatfield and the McCoys, how they have that like blood rivalry or whatever. Think about that, but in space and between two whole races. So they fucking despise each other and they fight across the fucking galaxy and draw other planets into their conflicts all the time. They don't care. They will decimate entire worlds because they want to fight each other. And when Captain Marvel adapted the story, what they did is they changed it so that the Skrulls was like they were this migrant group that was just traveling across space, and the Krees were these racists who were hunting them down. And this was happening at the same time as the migrant crisis, where migrants were moving to like parts of Europe and even trying to come into America. I forgot which place was having the big issue and the migrants were coming from. Don't remember. Was it Sudan? I don't remember. There was this somewhere. There was something happened. There was like a war going on, and they were trying to escape and cross borders into these other countries. And a lot of conservatives were mad about this and didn't want this to happen because they said it would throw the country's internal dynamics out of whack. And I mean, technically they were right. That's a story for another time, though. If I were to break down what started happening in some of these countries, that people were being called racist for pointing out. But anyways, it became clear to me. It became clear to me that that they were using the movie to try and make allusions to this real life thing and presenting the Skrulls as these like innocent migrants in order to push this idea. And I was like, that is crazy that they just did that blatantly.
Like, think about it this way: the person who wrote it is a person who lives and exists in the same period in society that you do. So like, you could have literally just like looked at it and was like, I'm gonna make my movie. I'm gonna put this stuff in here, like, because they wanted to. Like, it could just be that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The government involvement part is
no. Well, see, but think about it this way, guys, because we can say that, right? Because we live in this idea where we think we're so far removed from these times. Back in the days when shit like that would be in movies, it was there for a reason. Like, it was put there for a reason.
How do you know that wasn't just a creative decision on the writer's part and not not being pressured by the government?
That's the point I'm making. Is like, you don't know.
You don't.
Yeah,
it's very hard to prove.
True.
And like, because they are such a larger organization than you, I don't think you could ever really prove it if you wanted to.
Sure, you never will. But if you use the idea, like the whole as above, so below kind of thing, right? Where if you look in the past and you see these stark examples of it, like, we know this was a thing that studios did a long time ago. So it's not that out there to reason that it's still happening.
It's that out there, right? But it's also like, goddamn, it's hard to believe type shit, And
I don't know. I don't find it hard to believe at all.
What am I gonna do about it, bro? I got other
things
to worry about.
Not watch that garbage.
Sit back.
Just don't consume. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't even watch Captain Marvel.
It's like the Truman Show example, right? Yeah. Like, wow, that's interesting. I'm gonna play League of Legends.
Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. I'm gonna play League of Legends. Yeah. Yeah, but it's just crazy when you start to realize. But there's a feeling of helplessness that comes along when you start to notice things in your world. That's why I was trying to tell you guys. Sneeko was losing his mind and acting like that because he was in the grief stage. When that shock first comes to you, where you start to realize things are not as they seem, you go crazy a little bit. Like Truman Show in the movie, when he first finds out his world something might be going on, he starts losing his mind, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Yeah, he starts, but then once he realizes he has to be calm and he has to play the part, so
Yeah. So
that's what you
he could catch
yeah,
them. Yeah.
he could escape, right?
But when he starts going crazy, like he tells his wife
Yeah.
that plays his wife, the girl that plays his wife, like, yeah, let's get out of town. Let's just go. Let's get out of here. And he just starts driving the car and is going in the cycle.
That's
And
a
then all these
that's
barriers
yeah, that's one of
for
the best
being with him.
parts of the movie. That's one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah, I'd be dying.
When he tries to drive through the forest and they're like, "Oh, there
Yeah.
was a radiation leak," and he's just like, "Oh, really? Huh?" Look on his face like he doesn't believe it at all. Didn't he try to
Mhm.
run past them?
Yeah. He tried to run fast.
That
The,
shit
ca- the
was
car the car just breaks down out of nowhere.
yeah, that
after
shit
it's been after it's been working just fine for as long as they had it.
That's the thing. Once you start to realize this stuff, you're supposed to have your period where it really pisses you off and you get angry and you start to feel depressed because you're like, shit, this is crazy. Because like Ray said, you're in your head, you know what's going on and you see these things, but you also know there's nothing you can do to change it. There's nothing you can do. It's like it's like you find out that okay, so it's one thing to find out about some secret war. Like imagine there's been some secret war this whole time. But then not only have you found out there's a secret war, but you find out you lost it already. And you didn't even know it was being fought to begin with. You're like,
Yeah.
damn, this war was being fought for millennia and we lost? He's like, yeah, we lost. We lost. It's like, sorry about that. It's like the Matrix, except there is no fighting back against the machines. It's already over.
Yep.
Like, it's just
And
you
no
know,
matter how hard you try, no matter what attempts you use to reverse the issue or reverse the problem, it's not gonna do anything. So
yeah. The only thing you can do is take solace in yourself, live for yourself.
soulless, yeah,
Yeah,
soulless for
that's
sure.
solace.
Solace. You
Solace.
mean?
Sorry, solace in yourself. Live for yourself, and that's the only way you can escape it. That's the real escape the matrix. But shit like what Sneeko was talking about, where you got to tell people the truth. I was like, you fucking idiot. It's like that's not gonna do anything. It's like that same example. I was like, they're just gonna listen to what you said and go right back to
He
being.
wants to he wants to go to banging on doors and go into every house and like, wake up, wake up.
He thinks he's Martin Luther. You know, it's like well, actually, he was just lying, man. That's not what he wants at all. He just wanted attention and wanted to make money.
The guy's a cornball, man.
Yeah. He just wanted to make money. It had nothing to do with waking people up. He just wanted to make content that would get clicks. Like I don't think he doesn't believe what he's saying, but his motives are not what he's pretending they are. You know what I mean?
And he's the
And
king
I mean,
he's the king of TikTok, so
yeah.
Was
What?
he? I don't know. I was on TikTok.
YouTube. But he
Was
got
he?
kicked off.
I didn't hear about him until he got kicked out. I heard
Nah,
about
he-
him like a week before he got deplatformed.
No, he always had a decently popular channel. I used to see his stuff occasionally, but I always did not like his things that much because there was this air of like arrogance he would have in a lot of his things, where he would say things that I thought were really dumb, but he clearly thought they were very smart.
and he's younger than us, right? Isn't he like
Yeah,
20s?
Yeah,
His
he is
early
younger
20s?
than us. He is younger than us.
Which
But
is
Crazy
then
to say that he's younger than us.
21.
out of nowhere, though, he fucking shifted, and then he became that just out of the blue. Like he wasn't like that. And I don't know. I guess he started reading some stuff. But I mean, it's dumb because the thing that pisses me off so much about guys like Sneeko, right, is they hone in on the whole female dating dynamics thing. And they're like, this is the problem. And I'm like, you fucking idiots. I was like, if you think that's the problem, I'm sorry, man. You're like, you must be looking at it's like imagine if someone had like a fucked up lawn, like their whole lawn is fucked up, and like it's fucked up beyond fucked up. Like the soil is all dug up. There's trash all over the lawn. They looking at one little weed, just like man, the lawn would be perfect if we removed this weed right here.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, my dude, if you think the female dating dynamics thing is the sign that we're in the matrix and people are blue pilled, my dude, you need to go touch some grass because that's shit is literally just a symptom. That shit is just a symptom of a larger problem. There's a lot other worse shit going on that is way worse and grim. And you could fix all the female dating dynamics and teach people how to be chads all you want. and it won't do shit. It's like the world will still be fucked. The world will still be fucked. You
By the
know?
way, I forgot to mention this earlier. This applies more to the conversation we had about the impressing the opposite sex thing. But
Yeah.
I remember this. I don't know why, but I feel like maybe you ruined it for me because ever since I watched the Andrew Tate video and some of the other stuff within that realm, my YouTube algorithm got messed up. So now I'm seeing nothing but content like that. But yeah, YouTube, you gotta fix that for me, man. You gotta
I'm
reverse
telling
that.
you, you watch one red pill video, and then YouTube thinks, you one of them.
Yeah.
You one of them. I know what you like. And I was like,
Anyways, it,
no.
anyways, I was watching a short from Fresh and Fit, even though that podcast is terrible. But there was an excellent point that the guy made that applies to this conversation that we had, which is he was telling he was basically describing the difference between a man and a woman to this woman that was on the podcast, and he was saying that you guys um want to be accepted as you are, the men, in terms of like how you look or like however you
Oh
come,
yeah,
like
yeah.
however you present yourself, and like you don't feel like you have to do any work, and a man just has to accept them the way they are because if they don't, then they're shallow, uh, then they're superficial. But if a woman can only settle for a man that reaches this standard, like they'll only go for a man that has these kind of looks, you know. Um, so it was just an interesting dynamic that he was explaining. I
You know?
can't. I didn't get what he was saying word for word, but it was something in that.
I know
Yeah,
what you were talking about. It's basically like he was basically saying like, yeah, you all want to be like accepted for as you are, how you come,
yeah,
and
exactly.
but like, would you go out with a broken poor man? No, but like I have to like settle for a broken poor woman. Like that shit sucks.
Hmm.
And then he then talked about he's like it's not crazy to just ask for like
Oh, you
somebody.
saw this video too?
Yeah, it was just a clip I saw. It's just a
Yeah,
clip. I just saw it.
it's been circulating, man. It's been circulating. They're getting their message out there, man.
They always have to be
Bro, cause
honest.
like Gio says, is there like nuggets of truth in there, but majority of that's garble. Like you gotta
And
like
then
go
he
through the
also he
channels.
he also said there was another part. He said the difference too is that a man will like shape themselves, like they'll base their whole lives. Basically, what we're talking about, like they'll go out of their way, they'll make those changes. Whether it's financial, whether going to the gym, working out, like they'll do that to fit that woman's standard. But a woman will not put in the work to do what it takes to fit a
They,
man's standard.
they'll
You
try
know
to look like this to try and figure it
exactly, exactly.
But the thing is, that it's funny how that's both true and not true at the same time. Where it's funny because both genders do it as well, right?
Yeah,
But I do
yeah.
agree that men do it more so. Like men are worse about it because men are just
Women do it too though. Like there's some women, obviously nothing is in a vacuum
yeah.
or all of one way. But there are some women that won't put in the work, and then there's some women that will, that get their bodies done or go through these procedures, beauty procedures or enhancements
No, it's
to
not even just that. I was just gonna say like
to get the attention
part
of
of,
men.
part of it is they think they already did the work. It's like they have this thing where they think these superficial things they've done and these changes, like wearing leather pants and leggings and stuff, like those kind of things, and the clothes they wear and the makeup they put on in their heads, that is like they entered that to try and be more appealing to men, and that is their contribution. So
Yeah.
that is why. So it's like this is why they think they think it's an even split. They don't understand.
But no, for some men it works because, like you were saying in the story, he's walking behind her with all the shopping
Yeah,
bags. So for a guy like that, it'll
work.
work.
Not
Not
hurt
for
him.
every guy, but for some guys, that's all it takes.
But yeah, it's like it's crazy. Yeah. But it's funny because you know, the changes men will make a lot of the time aren't even like it's not like what they're doing is I don't know how to explain it. It's very superficial. Like it won't it's like it's not gonna help them in the long run. It's just these superficial changes that they believe will get them women, and then nothing will come of it. It's just all those changes, right? I don't know. Whatever. Don't know how to explain that. I butchered that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways.
that dynamic is interesting. But like you said, it's not always true in every case, but
Yeah.
there are
It's not,
nuggets of truth. There are
not
nuggets of
that,
truth in that.
yeah, it's not even that I don't think it's not true in every case. It's like the women do exactly what he said the men do, but it's just that they do it in a different way, in which like the way women dress and the things they use like for their hair and all that stuff, they don't do that for themselves. Not as much as they're trying to pretend they do. It's not. It's like they do it to be more appealing. And when that the object of being more appealing is usually to be more appealing to the opposite sex. So it's like they do the same thing, like a lot of the goofy things they wear and that kind of stuff. It's for that purpose. Like they dress for that. It's just like I said, it's just to them because they'll even I've heard women talk about this where like say like I remember this girl was talking about how it was a video I saw a clip from Coach Greg's show. Coach Greg's Coach Greg's show. He's always that he always plays when the show begins. And there's this girl saying, if you're broke, just say that. She's like, you don't think I deserve money for my time, materials, and effort? And it's like her wearing, she has all this makeup on, has her hair done up in this bun, and is wearing this like stupid open sweater and a bra. And in her mind, she has contributed what is necessary in order to facilitate your interaction. So like I know like to you guys are like that's not even at all, but in their
Yeah.
mind it is. It's crazy that they think it is, but it is. In their minds, it's an even split. They're like, yeah, we're both doing what we got to do to make this interaction work. And they're like, yeah, but I paid for everything.
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean,
yo.
if you think about it, look, if that's what you want, that's what you want, right? And but you gotta also realize, like, if that's what the person you're with wants, the second you don't have it, they don't want you, right? Because like you'll see people be upset. It's like, oh, like after they got a man, like they let themselves go a little bit, and then the man gets, they just leave. They're like,
That rarely happens.
it
Yeah.
happens a lot. It happens a lot more than you think, bro. I'm literally in this chat. I tell you, this relationship, bro. Like, it's mad things about that.
Mhm.
Where it's like, oh yeah, like, how do I tell my girlfriend she's putting on much weight? Oh man, how do I leave
Yeah,
my
but listen to
girlfriend
that.
after this?
How do I tell her? You see how
Yeah,
you see
no, you didn't hear the second one I just said. How do I break
what
up
you
with my
said?
girlfriend after she got a little too heavy?
How do I what?
How do I break up with my girlfriend?
Oh, listen to
Mm.
that though. How do I break up? This is how retarded that is. How do I break up? Right. So what I'm saying is they will sit there. This happens a lot. They will sit there and talk about how their wife let themselves go or that kind of things, but they stay there. They stay there and put up with it because it's like what we were talking about, the scarcity thing. In their heads, they're like, if I let this go, I may not get another one. That's what they're thinking in their heads. If I let this go, I may not get another one.
It's
But
a bad situation that they're trying to make the most out of
exactly.
because of the scarcity.
Exactly. But the other way around, yo, when you start to let yourself go, not all women, of course, but that woman, she's gone. She's gone. But I mean, what the most annoying part, I guess, about dating is because I enjoy working out, right? And I've enjoyed working out for a long time. But when you get into these relationships, she will start trying to convince you to stop. She'll be like, I'll be like, oh man, I missed a workout. Gotta go back to the gym. She's like, you don't have to. She's like, I wouldn't mind if you got a little bit chubby. I'm like, bitch, I don't care what you would buy. It's like I would look in the mirror and hate myself. It's like,
Yeah, you're self motivated to exactly. You're doing
yeah,
it for the sake of yourself. You're not doing it for the sake of somebody else.
exactly. And you already know she's playing games. Because I'll never forget a girl did that to me. Yo, she would say that shit all the time. Oh, I don't care. And then there was a period where I wasn't working out as much and I was eating a lot more often. And like the abdominal area, the fat started, they started receding a little bit because all your abs are just muscles underneath fat. So when you start to put on more fat, the abs start to kind of disappear.
Yeah.
And they were kind of fading. And she would never let me forget. She'd be like, "Oh, your abs seem to be kind of fading." I don't care, but it's just I just noticed it.
I don't care, but let me point out this thing to you.
Yeah. I was like, bitch, I thought I
Yeah.
always do. I was like, I thought you didn't care about it. I was like, oh, what happened? Now suddenly you trying to point out to me. She's like, oh, you should start. And then eventually it got blatant. She was like, oh, you should start working out again so you don't get weak. I'm like,
Weak. I would have taken that as an insult.
I would have been like this. I was like, you want to see? It's like, I'm gonna show you if I'm still weak.
We don't condone the actions or any
I'm
any of
just a
that.
guy. I don't represent him at all. He don't represent me.
What are you talking about, Raekwon? You beat women all the time. You know what's funny? That used to be the joke we made. Ray, it's funny. Our friendship in high school, it was me and this other guy who every time something would happen with Ray, we would make jokes about it to the logical absurdity, and it would become something that was attached to him based on one little thing. Like I remember one time, I think like a girl had tried to jump on him in the water or something, and he reacted and accidentally hit her nose or something.
No. What happened was we were playing Manhunt, right? And then it was over because the couple disappeared and like they were looking for them. Me and you were like, yeah, they're making out. Like, who cares? Just ignore them.
They just
Like,
continue
no,
to
we gotta find them this time. I was like, whatever. And I was like, all right, well the game's over because like the person who was was there. I was like, yeah, game's over. And I literally looked at her face like, yeah, don't touch me. Like, don't do that. And like she tried to like lunge at me, and like I just put my hands up, and like it hit her nose or some shit. And she was like, "Oh my god, just that and the third, blah blah blah." And I was like, "I literally told you not to do the thing that
She
you
didn't even
did."
make that big of a deal about it.
She did. She literally
She was whining.
did.
She was
She
whining.
was making a huge deal out of it, bro. She
She
was
was
like, "I'm
whining.
going home. I'm going."
Yeah, that's what she did. But she didn't like keep
No.
it going.
She
It was,
literally as she was walking away, she was saying things. I was like,
but I'm saying she was whining, but it was me and the other guy that took it to or we started making the joke
"Oh
that
yeah,
Ray
you
beats.
guys made the joke that I beat women," and then they
Like, I
jumped
kept
onto
bringing
it
it up.
too.
Wasn't there a second time with Ray where this girl she was doing a spitting sound towards you and
Oh
you
no,
went like this?
he didn't actually hit her. Yeah.
Oh no, that was a
You
completely
want to
different situation.
burn, so you had to stop yourself.
That's a completely different
Bro, it
situation.
was like you said, EJ. This is him.
The mittens was about to come across.
Completely different situation.
But yo, that was so funny. There was so many moments like that where I would just make a joke about Ray and it would stick to him, and other people would start saying it. And it was, good times, good times.
Man, Ray was
Bro,
about to catch a
everyone in high
case that
school-
day,
bro,
yo.
Everyone in high school just believed everything out this man's mouth, even though they all also knew that this man is a chronic liar. But they were just
Not
like,
a
no,
chronic liar. Chronic liar means I have a problem.
you do have a problem.
Yeah. I'd play,
Yeah.
and then like,
You play too much. That's your problem.
yeah. But it's like I would know what I'm saying is a lie. Like it's not like I believed it. Like chronic liar is like you can't go a second without lying. We knew a chronic liar. I was more of an actor. You know, I was
Fuck up, bro. This man would literally go around saying whatever he wanted, and everyone believed him. Bro, I remember I was like a mile away. I'm exaggerating, but I was like way behind this guy. This man is literally standing right behind him. Taps him on the shoulder. Guy turns around. Then he points and is like, it was him over there. And the guy got mad at me. I was like, how the fuck? It's not even like we're in like an empty room. We're in a crowded ass room. So in his mind, I like pushed everyone out of my way, tapped him on his shoulder, and then went all the way back behind people before he turned around. This fucking goofy ass.
That was so funny.
You're that gullible? Like
yes.
People were that gullible.
They
People
really
were
are.
that gullible like that. So many moments like that too.
I don't even,
Just
who was it? I don't even think I knew the fucking
I don't remember. I don't think either of us knew him. I think I just chose a random person and then did that. Or what I used to do to Armin was fucking hilarious. I'd wait for crowds of people to come and then push Armin into them. And then the people would turn to Armin mad at him for bumping into them. And then I would just turn around. I would turn around. He would turn to try and show it was me, and I was gone. I was already gone. Good times, man. God, man.
Why you set people up like that?
I just used to get a kick out of creating those situations when I was younger. Yeah. Oh, sometimes it'd get me in trouble. Like I remember one time I was on a bus and there was people coming on the bus. I looked outside the bus. I said, "Everyone can get on except for you and you." And the two guys got mad at me and started grilling me the whole ride. I was like, "Come on, man! I'm like 17 years old. Y'all are grown ass men. Like, why are you taking me so
remember
seriously?"
when you walked down the street, you were like, "Oh, let me ride your bike," and this guy got so mad at you.
Yeah,
You got
started
on the
grilling
bus
me.
and he was still grilling you, bro.
He was grilling me when I was on the bus, and I was like, "Dude, again, I'm a fucking teenager."
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Oh, it was a G.I. Jane joke. Oh
Yeah,
my
he deserved that, man. Those the consequences for messing with an old man. Yeah, you get grilled.
Oh
It's
man.
kind of goofy.
What was it that
It's kind of goofy.
what is it that we were talking about? Oh yeah. Yo, I remember when I was telling you guys about how I was walking and accidentally stepped on the back of some guy's shoes and he turned like he was gonna do something to me,
Yeah.
looked at me, and then he stopped and just turned around. I knew I was like, sorry, man. And he just turned away. And I was just like, that was so funny. He acted like he was really gonna do something to me.
Acting like
The second he had to
man, you
look up, he reevaluated the situation.
better stop looking at me like you about to do something.
Yeah, that's really what I'd be thinking. I really am kind of an
Yeah, it's
asshole.
like-
Like,
You are
in my head,
kind of.
yeah, in my head, I'm like, yo, like this, I don't want to have to do this, bro. Like, let's not play this game. Like, we know how this is gonna end. Let's not do this. Man, at this point, I'll probably actually say it. I'm probably like, let's not do this, man. We know how this is gonna end. But anyways, guess we can start wrapping things up. How you got any hypotheticals for us, CJ?
Oh yeah, you had that one that you were said you were gonna save.
I had one.
We haven't seen you in like 5 years.
Which one though was it that he
What's
wanted to?
It's right here in the topics right here. Hold on, where?
The last one.
Yeah, Ray already know which one it is. Yo, did
Bro,
you know?
'cause you were
Go
like,
ahead.
yeah, I'm gonna save this for next
Go ahead.
time. Here.
Go ahead.
Nah, you gotta ask it. It's your question.
I said,
Let me
what
put
the fuck
it.
is it?
It's
me-
literally
let me-
above whatever.
Let me
Vanguard
resend
was.
it. Let me resend it so you don't gotta
It's-
scroll.
It's one scroll up, bro. Like it's not even.
Oh yeah, see, it's what scroll up.
Yeah, like,
Okay, scroll, man. I was just trying to make things convenient.
That's a unit of measurement. It's a one scroll up.
Ray don't want me to see.
I see it here. I see
Ray
it.
don't
Here.
want to support other men. That's what it is. Oh, fuck. Sorry.
So the hypothetical for this today's episode is if your girlfriend passes away and it is revealed that in her last moments she was cheating on you, do you go to the funeral still?
I don't.
I don't think
would.
so.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
Oh,
I don't think I would. I don't think I. Bro, because I'd be mad, bro. I'd be mad. I'd be mad.
How did she die? How did she die?
she went to the grave on that one, boy.
Was it a-
Reconciliation.
That's exactly what would happen, though. She ain't gonna tell you. She's gonna go to the grave with it. But how did she die? Was it like a violent death? Like did someone like murder her or some shit?
Let's say she got killed, but she was found at. Trying to think of a situation. She was found at the guy that she was cheating on you with at his house, and maybe there was
definitely not going then, bro. I'm definitely not going, bro.
and maybe they found her phone with text messages, basically arranging a meetup between him and her at his house.
But what if what if they tell you, right? But they don't tell what if the parents don't know? And they're like, if you don't show up, now the parents are gonna be wondering why you didn't.
But that's what I'm saying. If you guys was in a serious relationship to the point where like you met her family, she met yours.
Let's say you've been dating
yeah, 6 years. You gotta go. Like people gonna expect you to be there. You gotta go.
I'm not going.
Right? Come on,
Bro,
man.
if I go, I'm gonna end up telling them. I'm gonna end up telling them, bro. I'm going to tell them what happened.
Stop the
Yeah,
cap.
actually,
Way
we're
more
gonna say some.
than I am. Stop the cap. You're going.
I'm not
Ray is going.
I'm not
Ray would
going,
go.
bro.
Ray would go. Stop the
I'm
cap.
not going, bro.
Ray is hardcore cap right now.
Actually, you never say some kind words. He's gonna be at a loss.
Funerals for people I liked. I'm not going, bro.
Ray, you're going. For a girl you've been dating for 6 years, you're going. You're going. There is.
I've been dating her for 6 years, and then she cheated on me, and that's how I found out. She died at that nigga's place. Nah, I'm not going.
I do think you.
Like you guys got pictures together in Cancun,
Now, here's why I think he would go. I think he would go and show his just be there, show his face. I don't think he's gonna say anything. I don't think he's gonna be there for
a quick eulogy.
I'm not going. If I go, I'm saying shit. That's why I'm not going, bro.
I don't think you're gonna say anything.
I would
Actually,
not hold my tongue.
Because the thing is, in this scenario, right, we're imagining that it's not like this is just some girl you were dating. Like it's hard to envision because you've never even been in a relationship where you to this stake, right? But this is like you've been in a long-term relationship. You know the family. Like
Yeah,
you
and she cheated
hang
on
out.
me and died at that
Yeah,
nigga's house, bro.
you're thinking
Bro,
about this.
I'm not
You're
thinking about
this.
that shit, bro.
You're thinking about this in the mindset you're in now, but
Right, you fired up right now.
it's a
No,
little
because this
different.
man is telling me to my face what I would do. I
No,
can't do
because
that
here's-
shit to him.
because-
I could
because
never
here's-
do that shit to him, bro.
here's
That's
why, here's why,
fucking
here's why.
crazy. That's
Here's why,
fucking
here's why.
crazy.
Here's why. Because first of all, you're not that guy, Ray. Don't even
I'm
try
not
and
that
sit here
guy.
trying to act
I'm
like you're
not
bad.
that
You're
guy.
smart.
What are you
You're smart.
talking about?
You're so-
You're telling me
anyway.
the girl that I'm so-called dating for 6 years who was cheating on me, I found out after she died, and she died at that nigga's house.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on, cut that
Yeah.
shit out, bro. Come
I'm
on.
just
Nah,
saying.
Cut it out.
I'm just
Cut it out. Cut that
I
shit out, bro.
personally do
I can
not
see the
believe
shit
you're not
on your
going
face.
to
Cut that
a
shit
funeral.
out, bro. You messing with my name, bro.
So,
Messing with
so
my name now. Come on.
It's not
Stop
even a
that
simp
shit, bro.
thing, bro. It's not even a simp
I'm
thing.
not even saying it's some simp shit,
I
bro. I
personally
literally
don't
told you
believe
what's
I'm
gonna
going to
happen, and it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna go. 100% not going.
I don't know.
but,
I
but
don't
Ray,
care what
if
you
you
believe. I know
go,
I know I'm not going.
Ray, if you go, you won't be able to hold your tongue, right?
Absolutely not.
I don't know, man.
Because I'm not even gonna be shit. I'd be there and I'd be hot, bro. If I, especially open casket, I have to look at her. I'm like, this is this bitch that cheated on me. And say he didn't die and he showed up. Nah, bro, I'm not going. Bro.
But he's not
I didn't think
going,
about-
bro.
I didn't even think about that. The guy that she cheated on you with, what if he pull up to the funeral?
Going, bro. I'm not doing it.
Right.
I'm not
Chairs
doing
are gonna be flying, bro. Chairs are gonna be flying.
Yeah. I mean, I can 100% say that I'm not going. I mean,
it. Nah,
And
and
then-
cap. This man's
there's
capping
not-
right now.
Wow,
He's
wow.
capping right now.
there's enough evidence.
Nah,
there's enough
he's
evidence in my
capping,
life.
bro. He's
Enough evidence in my
capping.
life.
Here, see why? Cause I said so. Fuck you.
Sure, but I was saying based on knowing you for a
don't
certain
know
amount of
shit,
time,
bro.
you're not like as mean as you
I don't think not going is
But,
mean. I don't think not going is mean.
Yeah, but there's like a sentimental level.
I believe that going would be even more disrespectful because I would not be upset.
Well, see,
Like,
it's
like, bro, like
the idea is
I've literally skipped funerals already for people I
Yeah.
liked. And now the
yeah,
person I was
you
dating,
barely knew it.
cheated
Like, stop
on
trying to use
me.
that as evidence.
Nah, bro, I just found out
One
they cheated
mistake,
on me, bro.
one mistake erases 6 years of happiness.
I'd be heated if they cheated on me after 6 years.
Because like the idea is like you've been part of this like their whole life. Like they're
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm not even not acknowledging that, but they then cheated on me. They did not care about that shit.
Yeah.
They didn't give a fuck
well,
about
yeah,
that.
but it doesn't mean I'm gonna get into it. But the thing is, I am well
Why
known.
wouldn't you go? Why wouldn't you go there?
Oh, he's an asshole.
Said
Van
it.
Gogh.
That's
You just said it.
he's just an asshole.
Because
No, I'm talking about you, Van Gogh. Why wouldn't you go?
well, because one, I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff anyway. Like the whole sentimental thing, like that kind of shit does not matter to me. But on top of that, it just like similar to what Ray was saying, it would really piss me off. And again, I wouldn't be able to. I'm a very honest person. If I went to a funeral of someone I did not like, and you tried to ask me to speak, I could probably hold my tongue. But if you tried to ask me to speak, then I'm gonna and tell like this person was a dick.
But at one point, you did like her, so that one mistake made you automatically
Especially
don't like her
you've
anymore.
been with this girl for 6 years, bro. Come on.
Well, see, that's actually a very good point because it is weird.
Yeah, that is weird. It's not like you had a years of not liking this person. It was that one.
It is weird to be like, like you can't even get past the fact that they cheated on you, then to show some.
How long after you find out is the funeral? How long
Let's
after you
say-
find out is the funeral?
I don't
like,
know.
Imagine it's like you find out the day of, like you gonna be hot. You
Yeah.
gonna be hot.
But it's
bro.
like it is.
Let's say the funeral's a week after you find out.
You still gonna be hot, bro.
Yeah, you are, but
Yeah.
it is strange though to be like, oh, they cheated on me, so fuck that person, even though they died. Like it'd be weird. It is
I'm
a little
just saying,
weird.
like,
Yeah.
you'd be more
One
upset
mistake
than
doesn't define your
Yo,
relationship.
Eric,
you know
you
what I'm saying?
going? Eric, you going? Nah, because
We're
you're
already-
playing devil's out. You going? I see it on your face. You're not going, bro. I know you're not going.
I think
Yeah.
Eric, I think Eric would go.
I think I would go, but I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to go if I knew the guy was gonna be there, bro.
Yeah,
Because
that's the part. If the
I'd
guy-
lose it. I'd lose it, bro. I'd lose it. I'm not gonna lie.
because I can say I
That would
probably-
make me more hot. Then obviously I'll still be hot by what she did, but
Yeah.
I feel like I could get over that for that moment.
The thing is, you still if you are a part of this person's life and you were close to their family, you still at least respect the family. So even if you want to say
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
respect her,
yeah.
you still want to show up to at least lend some support to the family. Because
Yep.
if you're that close to their parents, it's like their parents are your parents in a way. So
They're,
if you
they're
don't
like
show up,
in-laws. Yeah, they're like
you're
in-laws.
hurting their parents. You're hurting the mom and shit.
Look, man, I'd have to
You're
tell the dad. I'm like, yo, on some real shit, I'm not going. I would tell the
Ray
dad.
already got his
I would
mind made
tell
up.
the dad, bro. I'm not sorry. I'm not going.
Wait, so you telling them why, or are you just
I would
saying
tell
you're
the
not going?
dad. I would tell the dad I'm not going. If he presses me, he's gonna find out.
Because
If he presses
I
me, he'll
think
find out. I will tell
Your
him like,
dad
look.
is a
I will
whore.
tell him like, look. There's a very
I
good
guess
reason I'm not gonna go.
no, you know what? That's stupid. I'm gonna say why that's stupid.
I don't give a fuck why you think it's
should-
stupid, nigga. Like,
Don't say
this
why
is
it's-
me. I'm going to tell them I'm not going, bro. I'm not.
Here's why that's
going.
stupid.
I don't give a
I
fuck
feel like-
why it's
Let
stupid,
me
bro.
finish my fucking sentence, you retard. Let me talk. Anyways, so here's why I'll say it's stupid. Because to tell him that right before he has to now go see his daughter at the funeral in the casket, that is kind of dumb. Like you probably should at least just if you aren't gonna go, just don't go. Don't say shit to the parents. Like you don't gotta ruin shit for the
Nah, 'cause
parents.
all of a sudden now it's part of their life, and now they can be curious, and now it's disrespectful. But now
Well,
he's telling them that I'm not gonna go. Is
Of course,
dumb.
tell them that their daughter fucking
So
they're
we
about to
not
go to her
go.
funeral.
Nah, bro,
You're
you're not
trying to-
going either.
Right before she died, she had sausage in her mouth.
That's not
fucking
what I
dumb.
said I would do. I said I would be like, I'm not going to the
You
funeral.
wait, yeah. But if you know you're not going and he asks you, I just don't say nothing.
That's
Just
my
be
You
like,
bad.
still lie? You still lie about
That's
why?
my-
no, you don't have to lie. You just like
Okay.
I'll let you know later.
Yeah,
like let him.
I'd
at least
probably-
go-
I'd
You
probably-
can't.
say
You
shit like
can't.
that,
No, but you
right?
can't. I feel like you can't get out of that without giving him an answer,
Yes,
bro.
you
Like, there's
can.
no way. There's no way that
Yeah,
he's
bro.
gonna not pry into that. Like you
gotta
were.
now- you stop
Wait, hold on,
listening
give me a
to him, bro.
second.
Stop-
I think
stop
something was
talking to him.
trapped.
You stop talking to him. Look, man. I'm
Yeah,
not
I mean,
going.
you could tell him. You could tell him, yeah, I'm not going. But it's gonna seem so awkward that you. This is the girl that you
Yep.
were in a relationship
Yes,
with for
it
6
would.
years.
And I'd be like,
So I
look,
feel
man, this is probably exactly how I go. I'm not going, bro. Because I don't care what this man Vanguard. I'm not going. I'll
Yeah,
probably tell him like, look, there's some news came to light. I cannot attend the funeral. That's it.
Yeah, because why
And
you
if
doing
you
this?
press
Some recent
keep
news.
pressing me, I would probably just like stop talking to them. And if like after the funeral they keep pressing me, then they would find out.
Yeah, of course. After you don't fucking tell him before the funeral. That's crazy.
So you ghost them basically. You ghost them after you tell them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta do what you gotta do, and that's what you gotta do.
I was gonna ask you guys this. So if you, not that both of you guys are going, but if you did happen to go, and decided to change your mind, and you see the guy there, like, what do you guys do? Like, are you guys gonna do anything about it? If you see him there,
I have no idea.
No.
I could not tell you.
I'm not gonna lie.
I can tell you 100% not the funeral. There's a level of respect that I have
Would you-
for people. I just don't see that. That would be very disrespectful to me because the dead person and the family, no. But after, we can start scrapping after outside. Yeah. Like, you thought you was real tough, short, But no, I'm not gonna be.
Hold on.
You'd also be
Let me
kinda
interject.
high.
Let me interject real quick. So what if he comes up to you during the funeral, sees you there, and he's like, "I'm so sorry for your loss." You got to maintain the respect, right?
No.
And the courtesy, right? I'm so sorry for
What I
your
would
loss.
do is I would hit him with some real gangster shit. I'd be like, yo, just get stepping, bro. Just step, bro. Step. Just step. And like he gonna know why I'm talking to him like that. Or he's just gonna walk away. Like just don't. Like, I'm not trying to, like, bro, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
It honestly would have to be some shit like that. It's like, yo, no, you're not. Like, no, you
So
are.
you're not that
You're
guy.
not.
You're not that guy, pal. Because, like, you're not gonna want to swing on him in the funeral,
Bro,
ruin that
imagine
shit.
He keeps pressing you. He keeps like, oh, bro, like, he making a big. I'm just trying to give him my condolence.
Yeah, something might happen then.
If you out here acting a fool, if you out here bugging,
Bro,
you might have to.
I wouldn't be
back
able to
out.
make it through the rest of the service, bro. There's no way. I'm like, yo, we either going outside to handle this shit, or I'm washing you up in front of all these
You
people.
know what's wild? You said that. In my mind, it was already outside.
No, you're
Yeah.
in because they pay the respects. Like,
Like, yeah, the funeral home. That's what I'm thinking. Like in the funeral home.
man, it would be extra disrespectful and extra ghetto to be fighting at a funeral. But it happens. It happens. I've seen videos.
I thought you wanted to be like, I seen it. I was there.
No. It happens. I've seen I know I've been in funerals, like at my grandmother's funeral, everybody was beefing with each other, but no one fought or anything. But they were just beefing over petty bullshit too. Like,
That's not the time or the place, man.
yeah.
Jesus.
Like here's what I'll give you an example. So there was this book everybody had to sign, and my mom is part of this story. So I guess this is why I found it so funny. And I remember after telling her this was just petty and dumb. So basically, my cousin gives her the book, and according to her, he tried to snatch the book away too fast. And then she like kind of was like, "Oh, why are you taking the book from me so fast? I didn't even get to sign the book." And then they were briefly about to argue. I'm like, "Mom, stop it. They were about to. I don't know if he actually did that because he was acting a little goofy around that time. He was acting a little goofy. Like I remember one goofy thing because they were just beefing because they wanted to fight over my grandmother's stuff. One goofy thing that happened, right? So whenever I go to Florida, I'm with my uncle, and it was like somebody's birthday. I don't remember if it was his birthday or my other cousin Thais' birthday. So we go to this place called the Cheesecake Factory. And oh, you guys know what the cheese. Well, I don't know why I said this place called the Cheesecake.
Nah,
What?
bro, the Cheesecake Factory is mad mythical. You gotta explain for the viewers. So, Cheesecake Factory is a place that doesn't really serve cheesecake. It serves everything but cheesecake. Actually, it's not
Do they
like
have
a
cheesecake?
factory. I was joking. I was joking.
Oh,
Come
well,
on,
anyways,
you ruined it.
so we went there and we're there, and then my mom came, and like my mom apparently, I don't know how. I think my uncle was the one who mentioned where we were, and then she came, and my cousin said some shit like, "Oh, why are they here?" And in my head, I was like, fuck. I was like, dude, why am I here, man? I was like, it's like, that's my mom and my sister, right? I was like, why? It's like, I don't know why you would say that in front of me. Like, you think I hate my own family or some shit. Weird shit, man. That was a weird time. So people do be beefing, not giving a fuck about the dead and don't want to respect them.
Cause it's not about the dead, bro. It's never about the dead.
Yeah. But yeah, man, 100% not
Yeah.
telling the parents that are fucking. I mean, they would probably know anyway. I doubt the police aren't going to give them the details. But
Would you try to get the guy thrown out though if you see him at the service? Like yo, like somebody get him up out of here?
probably. Well, I'd be the one.
Or would you allow him to, like
No, fuck out of here.
say his piece?
I'd probably be the one to tell him he has to get Stefan. Like, he has to go.
And if he's not trying to go,
you're gonna walk up to him like tap him like, "Hey, bro, you need
You
to
gotta
get,
go.
you have to get."
Yeah, I'd probably whisper it,
bro.
to be honest.
Like, yo, go, give your last respects and dip.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, but
if you don't, you about to be getting your last respects.
yeah, you lead it. You're like, yo, I'm gonna need you to get up out of here, bro. I'm gonna need you to get up out of here real quick.
yeah, okay. Tap him on the shoulder.
It's like that teacher me.
Shoulder
I need you
really
to
hard.
log out for me. I need you to log out.
I mean, he should be happy. He should be happy that you're sitting there trying to be cordial and like whisper it to him, because you could make a scene like, hey, oh hell no, like you could.
You grab him up too, man, tight, just bring him in close, like
Oh yeah, act like you're hugging him. Make it look like you're hugging him, like, yo, just that, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm really gonna need you to go. Like, my homies are here. I can't say what they're gonna do, bro. Like, you start trying to scare
you.
you.
You're gonna be like, look, my homies is here. I don't know what they're gonna do, but
I know what I'm gonna do if you don't let me.
I think you need to leave. No, I know you should leave. So
I know it should be coordinated too. As soon as you mention my homies are here, you look over at them and they just sit there grilling him.
This is the corner.
Because you already know. You guys
against the wall.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, that's another good point. Like, what do you? So let's say, oh my god! All right, let's say the person who she was cheating with before she died is someone we all knew. Like, let's say we're all part of the group, someone we all knew. What happens?
They're catching the fade, bro.
Yeah.
Catching the fade.
Are they gonna get jumped or something? Are they gonna get jumped? Is that
catching the fade? Out of respect, I don't even think I'd jump him. I think I would just box him 1-on-1. If y'all want to fight him after that, that's on y'all.
I'm not gonna lie. I would probably be very angry. Like, I don't know. Like we both know somebody, and I guess I'll use a specific example, right? Let's say Emilio of all people were to do this shit, right? Like, you'd probably be just as angry as I would, right? Like, that shit would really would shatter your world, you know?
Yeah.
I could see you guys both being pissed, like very pissed.
Is he catching the fade at the funeral though?
Not at the funeral.
Nah,
Yeah.
not at the funeral.
Not the funeral. Yeah. Damn. But
But
I
no,
would.
at
That,
Goofy, he might.
EJ's pretty respectful. EJ's pretty respectful though. Like if you were to whisper to him that he has to go, he's got to go. He probably would just leave.
What if he doesn't go? He's like, yeah, I'll be out in a second. I'm just gonna still doesn't leave.
Then you got to escort him out.
He's like, yo, come with me. Just take a walk. Let's take a walk. Take a walk. You open the door, you close it behind him. He's all right.
And then he's just banging on the door like, "Let me in." I'm like, "Why do you even want
Nah,
to be
you
here?"
can't- You can't even do that. If you're doing that, then that's being goofy. If you out here making a scene, bro.
Just go to
Like,
the parents.
then you see it wasn't that, you know, it was a simple hookup. Like he was really in love with your girl. Like
Yeah. So you go to the parents. You go to the parents.
Man,
Like,
the fact that he's at the funeral mean it wasn't a simple.
yeah.
yeah, it's simple
Unless he's
hookup. Yeah.
really disrespectful.
Man, because that's when you find out he been cheating on your girl for 6 years, bro. The whole time.
Oh.
It wasn't that they were
Oh
cheating.
my
You were just
God.
number 2, bro. In fact, she wasn't cheating on you. She was cheating on.
That's wild.
that's oh man.
I think it's one thing if it's just like she cheated once and then didn't tell you, maybe once or twice and didn't tell you. But if it's like the entire time you guys were together, that is a whole nother
It's
level.
like, it was our whole relationship a lie. Like you start having mad questions. That's why I get why both of you guys wouldn't go. Like
Like
you
even
just start examining everything.
because even I know these girls and they're dating these guys, they have long-term relationships, and their partners have cheated on them before, or at least they suspected because of something. And in there, I guess because it was like one time, there's one fuck up. And I think each time the guy fucked up, it wasn't like he did anything physical. They forgave them. So it was like it was easier to forgive them. But if it's some, I guess it would be completely different if she found out he was cheating on her for the first 2 years of her relationship, you know? Like
Yeah.
then she'd probably be a little angrier. But yeah, if he was like out there yelling outside, making a scene, you got to go to the parents like, look, I'm sorry for what's about to happen, but I have no choice. It's like God is telling me to do this. They look up at this guy and see God just like giving you the heads up, like yo, go wash him up, bro. God's like, I'm giving you it's your divine right to wash him up. Yes, it's your divine
Yeah.
right.
Not gonna lie. My homie's gonna be standing up against the wall. I'm like, yo, if it look like I'm struggling, bro, I need you to
Look like
Just
I'm
in-
struggling.
Yeah, 'cause there's
you're
one-
not allowed to struggle in that fight, bro.
Yeah, you're not allowed to. You gotta use
You
it.
gotta turn the
You
cheats
have to
on.
win.
You
You have
gotta
to
turn
win.
the cheats on or something. You gotta win.
No, but I'm not letting you lose. Like if I saw you the fight and about to, I'm like, nah. Not only
This is a moral battle that I have to win. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm like,
care. This is
she
a
cheated
moral
on
battle.
him. I was like, she cheated on him, then she died. Everybody knows.
The last thing this guy needs is an L in the fight.
Yeah, I was like, I can't let this happen. I would jump in. I would have to jump in. Like this is the one time. The one time I'm like, tag me in, bro. Tag me in.
It's like, what if the guy that she was cheating on you with is like it's a buff 6'5",
I
250?
don't care, bro. You gotta win. You gotta win.
So I'm not gonna let you fight him by yourself.
You gotta
And that-
win.
Cause I don't. If I like no disrespect, right? No disrespect. But if I'm thinking in my head you're gonna lose the fight, like for example, let's imagine the guys like The Rock. I'm not gonna let you fight The Rock by yourself. I'm not letting that happen. I'm gonna join the fight with you. Like I would understand why you need to fight him, and then I would help you win the fight. Cause like
You see animes, man. You see how it be going. Like the protagonists be getting help out here,
No
bro.
one-on-ones.
yeah,
No
And he-
one-on-ones.
even if you look at that movie Scott Pilgrim, like when he was getting his ass whooped by the villain, they jumped in and helped him beat the villain's ass. Like
How it plays out sometimes, you know. You can't win them all. But you gotta win. You gotta win some of them. You gotta win some of them. Like that one, that's a fight that has to be won. It's a fight that has to be won. Ain't no questions about that.
Yeah. See, I'm not gonna watch you just lose the fight. That's
very
crazy.
somber note. This man ruined my night, so I think it's time to head up out of here.
I ruined your night.
No, DJ's question.
No. Well, I mean, I was trying to make a Caroline joke, but you
Yeah,
cut.
I know. I
Finish.
cut it off. I was like, nah, not tonight.
Not tonight. Wait, you got the Widow's Peak coming in too. You turned into Vegeta.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to the gym. He's my idol.
You gonna really turn to Vegeta now?
Yeah, bro. I gotta lose a few inches though. He's real short. I'm a little too tall.
Is he?
Vegeta's
You like 5'8" or something?
Yo, 5'8".
Look that up.
Uh, Vegeta is
Vegeta's a short king, bro. He's a short king.
That's why he be having that Napoleon with the complex. It seems like
he is 5'5".
where he don't feel like he gets what he deserves.
He doesn't look no 5'5".
It's the hair. It's all hair, bro. It's this. Vegeta's 5'5", bro. Vegeta's a short king.
Remember in Hunter
Saiyan
Hunter,
pride.
you remember in Hunter x Hunter when Gon unlocks his full potential and his hair is like hanging off him, like floating in the air. And I remember that shit was so funny because he's wearing the same kid clothes, but now he's all buff and brolic. That shit kills me every time. Like this man walking around in these baby clothes, who's looking buff and brolic as hell.
Oh, okay. Goku's 5'9". Okay.
Goku's 5'9".
I was reading something that said Goku's 4'1". I was like, 4'1".
Yeah, Goku doesn't look that much taller than Vegeta to be 5'9".
It's the hair. I'm not joking. It's the hair. It's
literally
literally
like
all
this.
hair, bro.
It might just be that the drawer didn't.
No, I'm telling you, it's the hair.
understand
It's the hair.
He's telling you, bro.
Nah, because like I'll give you an example, right? Superman, I forgot what his canonical height is, right? But like they said this nigga Cyborg was like 6'5", and that shit killed me because I'm like, yo, when they draw them standing next to each other, they're the same height. So how is this nigga 6'5"? I was like, how is he 6'5", bro? Talk about this nigga Cyborg is 6'5". Racist as fuck. The only thing because he's black.
Look, like they just like not the same height, bro. Like, wow, that's kind of small. See if
yeah. Now that I think about it, Vegeta really do look like
they're not
a character from Sonic or something. Like how the niggas in Sonic be walking around
really
just
short,
tiny.
Bro. Look at him, short.
That same pride, bro.
How tall is Piccolo?
Piccolo, my guy, he's playing for the wrong Warriors.
I do remember him being that
Piccolo
tall.
7'5".
You're lying.
Piccolo 7'5".
That's not
insane.
Piccolo's 7'5", bro.
That is bullshit. That is bullshit.
He do be looking tall as fuck though.
Not like he don't be looking on 7'5".
Nah, yeah, that's a stretch. No pun intended. That's a stretch.
Nah. Every time that you see them floating, Piccolo's just standing next to
Is that true?
No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. Damn, 7'5", man.
No, Piccolo is very much taller than everyone. He is a head and shoulders above most people.
And he's brolic as fuck too.
But he's like one of the weaker people now, because they did him dirty.
It's because he's black.
Yeah.
They They could. You saw that? You know the thing like when Goku becomes a Super Saiyan, he turned blonde and with blue eyes. Well, yeah, I guess we can call it a day. We can head out now.
All right.
Anyways, Vanguard out. Catch you same bad channel. And next time we'll make sure to actually have hairlines so you guys can enjoy the show.